Hi all, my name is Serap Aksu. I work as an assistant professor at Koç University Physics Department. I had my undergrad at Sabancı University from Material Science and Engineering. And later I moved to Boston University for my PhD studies at Photonics Center. Later I moved to ETH Zurich for my postdoctoral research in biosystem science and engineering. And since 2018, I'm at Koç University. What I do basically is I teach for undergraduate students, and I am the director of the Biophotonics Laboratory at Koç University. So I advise master's students, PhD students, and postdoctoral researchers. And I also advise for a small group of undergraduate physics students. So what's different in Koç is the laboratory courses and also experimental physics courses. So we don't only teach theoretical aspects, theoretical physics, we also give students the opportunity to go and study in the labs and experience the research. What is it to be a researcher, physical researcher, experimental physicist? And then depending on their curiosity, they can choose their career according to their experiences. So one other important point I should emphasize is that there is a mandatory course called Independent Research Project. So it's mandatory for each junior student. So each student must run a research, an updated valid research project. So students actually start to learn about the recent, what are the hot topics, what are the hot research areas in physics. And they have opportunity to learn how to run a research project with a faculty member. Most of the students, they take this course, actually follow another independent study also in their senior year, and they finish their projects, and most of the time they publish their own research papers before graduation. So in terms of the interdisciplinary studies, as I mentioned that we offer students so-called the independent research projects. So of course, students are not restricted to do research with only the physics faculty. So for example, my research involves also biostudies. For example, even though I'm in the physics department, the students who are working with me are also exposed to other disciplines such as the biology or mechanical engineering. So there are plenty of other research groups here. For example, I have a colleague, he's working on neuroscience in physics department. So students are free to also follow the independent research projects with other departments or other basic sciences. Our main goal in the department is to educate the top physicists, both in national and international level. We have actually 11 faculty members in the physics department, and each year we admit 11 students. So it's basically 1-to-1 ratio for each year. This is very advantageous, especially when we talk to our alumni who graduated from physics department here at Koç. Majority of them actually mention that, mention about the close relationship with the faculty members. This is their basically top beneficial thing they observed throughout their career, the support of direct support of a faculty member, and to be in interaction with one of the faculty members and benefit from their experience, basically. We mostly encourage our students not to be a bare physicist, meaning that they have to update their selves in terms of, recent research topics, which is going on in physics community. Of course, we want them to direct themselves and look for their area of interest in multi directions. So, and also curriculum actually allows us to do that, meaning that, for example, there are mandatory math courses to support the physics studies they have to take. And other from that, there are free optional courses which students are free to choose. And it could be at any discipline. It could be in social sciences, or they could actually use this opportunity to take math courses or physics courses, which brings us to the concept of double majors, meaning that most of our students actually direct themselves in a particular path and choose to obtain a degree in a different major, undergrad degree in a different major. So we have students that actually that are planning to get double major with the computational sciences, for example, mostly with electrical engineering or with the math department. So basically, we encourage our students to be multi-directional and look for all the opportunities they could get from Koç University. And our curriculum is very flexible to be modified for the needs of the students. So about the graduate studies, we always encourage our students to pursue their career out of country. So this is why we work hard and we use our connections to draw them a better career path in top universities in top markets, basically. But if they choose to stay with us, of course we are happy. I mean, we are hosting the top physics students of the nation, and we are always welcome to have them as our master students or PhD students. So if we look at the coverage, so there are, I would say that out of 11, 3 or 4 faculty members are running the experimental research at Koç University. They have their own lab. For example, we have a faculty member studying on quantum optics. We have a faculty member working on the neuroscience. I'm working on photonic sensing for biology. Maybe so far I focused a lot on the research part, but the physicists, of course, I mean, if they are willing to, they can also transfer their knowledge in the market and in the industry. We have, for example, an alumni working in the energy sector. He's basically doing coaching for a company, and we have a couple of other students who work in the basically defense industry. And I know the condition in Turkey, they are basically looking for highly talented physics students, particularly to work in their projects, because physics students are experienced with every aspect of research in a sense. I mean, meaning that, for example, they are educated in mostly, math. They have experience in the computational studies, thanks to our curriculum, and they have experience in hands-on research. So it's a very good package of employees for this type of projects. For me, Koç University is a house of opportunities, especially for a student. There is a free and independent environment here, and a student can go anywhere he or she wants with the help of guiders, actually. So far, we were lucky that we always had the very bright, very top students in physics department. We would love to continue to host the bright students again at Koç University and work with them.